Walk into any grocery store and you'll see piles of apples that are the same size, the same color, with skins so smooth they look polished. Carrots are straight. Tomatoes are round. Bananas curved just enough to look right. But here's the thing most people don't realize. This is not what food naturally looks like. Every year, massive amounts of perfectly edible food never make it to store shelves. Not because it's unsafe, spoiled, or low quality, but because it doesn't look perfect enough. Too small, too big, too crooked. A scar, a spot, a funny shape. So what actually happens to that food? Let's go behind the scenes. Cosmetic standards for produce didn't come from farmers. They came from retailers and consumers. Over time, grocery stores learned that shoppers are more likely to buy produce that looks uniform. So they created visual rules, unwritten expectations about size, shape, and color. An apple might be rejected for being slightly lopsided, a cucumber for being too curved, a bell pepper for having an extra bump. None of these things affect taste or nutrition. In fact, some of the ugliest produce is often the most flavorful. But in large-scale food systems, appearance matters. For farmers, this creates a tough reality. When harvesting crops, they know that a percentage of what they grow won't meet cosmetic standards. In some cases, 20 to 40% of produce can be rejected before it ever leaves the farm. And that's where food waste begins. So where does imperfect produce go? Sometimes it's left in the field. Harvesting costs money, labor, fuel, time. If a crop can't be sold for a reasonable price, it may be cheaper to plow it back into the soil than to pick it. Sometimes it's diverted to animal feed. Misshapen carrots or bruised apples might end up feeding livestock instead of people. Other times, it's processed. Think sauces, soups, juices, baby food, or canned products. When produce is chopped, blended, or cooked down, appearance no longer matters. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's thrown away. This is why food waste isn't just about leftovers in your fridge. A huge portion of waste happens before food ever reaches consumers. Globally, roughly 1/3 of all food produced is never eaten. That's not just wasted calories, it's wasted water, land, fuel, and labor. Growing food that no one eats still requires irrigation, fertilizer, transportation, and human effort. And the environmental impact is real. When wasted food ends up in landfills, it breaks down and releases methane, a greenhouse gas far more powerful than carbon dioxide. All because a carrot curved the wrong way. But things are starting to change. In recent years, there's been a push to challenge cosmetic standards. Some grocery stores now sell ugly or imperfect produce at a discount. Subscription boxes ship misshapen fruits and vegetables directly to consumers. Farmers markets often sell produce that would never pass supermarket standards but tastes just as good, if not better. Restaurants are getting involved too, designing menus around what's available rather than what's visually flawless. And consumers are slowly shifting their mindset. When people understand that a scar on an apple doesn't mean it's bad, they're more willing to buy it. Still, cosmetic bias runs deep. Humans are visual eaters. We associate symmetry and smoothness with quality, even when it doesn't apply. Here's the ironic part. In nature, perfection is often a sign of heavy human intervention. Selective breeding, chemical inputs, and strict sorting all shape the produce we see. The crooked carrot is often closer to what food naturally looks like. So the next time you see a weird-looking tomato or a potato with knobby fingers, remember, nothing went wrong. That's just food being food. Reducing food waste doesn't require massive lifestyle changes. It can start with small choices: buying imperfect produce, shopping at farmers markets, using your freezer, and being a little more forgiving of what good food looks like. Because behind every flawless apple in the store is another apple that tasted just as sweet, but never got the chance. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at how our food system really works, give this video a like and consider subscribing for more food facts you probably weren't taught. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.